Swindon Live and Local on Swindon 105.5 with myself, Sean Hodgson, together with
Stu Jackson.
And we started the show there with Judy Teen by Cockney Rebel. And just give it a quick shout out. I guess in today, a rather noisy bunch, I must admit. I think I have to go back to solo performers and duos. But we'll welcome Ben, James, Jack and Joe, who are...
Go Moriarty!
Have you gone with enthusiasm?
Go Moriarty!
I think we'll definitely go back to solo performance. I see, he's playing with his tambourine. He's away already, isn't he? He's away already.
Ready to go.
Yeah, so what else have we got in the show today then, Stu?
Well, in the second half of the show, we've got a couple of interviews. We've got Shudders being interviewed about their new album, No Angels in the Slipstream. And of course, we've been following the progress of Wroughton Passion Play. And Sean, I know you've been talking to Nicola Such about the Passion Play and her role.
Yeah, she's a curate at the Wroughton Parish Church.
Yes, so we'll be hearing that as well.
We're going to start off with a piece of music, a bit of a ska reggae sort of type of thingy, something I know how to describe music, but not today, I don't really anyway. It's something along these lines. I think Alan Partridge would love this song, really, wouldn't he? This is called Monkey Tennis.
I see the positive situation, trying hard to beat inflation, not the money inflated ego. Wherever you go, so does she go. Loose ideas run through her brain, turning into something quite insane. Called her once and then I asked her twice. She wonders why I never heed her advice. Thinking of herself and she's so never thinks of others. How low can she go with it? It doesn't suit her, then it's ripped apart. Criticizing others is a kind of art. The only thing that matters is a point of view. If it isn't a viewpoint, then it can't be true. She's strong in opinion and she's strong in mind. When she's rather angry, she can be unkind. They can't be real. Wondering who else's lines to steal. Playing with emotions, playing with knives. Never really caring that she's wrecking lives. The ideas she takes in her head, remembering all the cruel things you once said. No real meaning said with menace. Dreaming up ideas like monkey tennis. To worry, never one to care. Never been bothered, never one to try. Almost ever angry, always one to cry. Never really happy, never really there. Never one to worry, never one to care. Never been bothered, never one to try. Almost always angry, never one to cry. They can't be real. Wonder who else's lines to steal. Toys with emotions, fingers, knives. Thinks she cares that she's wrecking lives. But all she has in her head, she's
Fox, who will be playing the Castle on Saturday the 27th of February. Now, we like a good mixture of the arts on this programme, and Sean, we have something a little bit different this week, don't we?
Well, just a little extra thing really, because as many people know, the station has recently moved to its new location adjoining Leiden Library. And we're trying to work out a good working relationship with the library there. And so we had Sophie come into the station to record a little poem of hers. A very short one. I think it's the first time she's going to be on air, so hopefully she's listening. We did let her know we're going to be playing it about this time. So this is Sophie Rose Pendry and one of her poems.
My name is Sophia, and I would like to read you this poem called Say Please. And I am 7 years old.
Oh.
I'll have a please sandwich cheese. No, I mean a me sandwich please. Sorry, I mean a flea sandwich please. No, a please sandwich please. No, I'll have a donut. That's a little poem called Say Please. And I hope it made you laugh, for it made me laugh.
Right. Everybody here is looking for the jam donuts now. That's what we need.
That was lovely.
That was lovely. That was. I think if Sophia, not Sophie, I made that. I made a mistake there. I blame the person that wrote me the note. I'll go and shoot them afterwards. No, I can't do that because the station manager. Oh, I'm blaming somebody. I can't be doing that either.
You blame me.
I can blame you, Stu, can't I?
Yeah, you always do.
I tell you what, we can just edit the whole lot really anyway, can't we? Edit all that. Thanks very much, Sophia, for that. That's wonderful. Really enjoyed that. Tell you what, well, you know what comes about now, don't you? We get a bit of this, don't we?
Okay, it's time for the musical medley montage. 5 bands, 5 songs. Name the band, name the song.
There we go, 5 artists, 5 songs from this week's musical medley montage. And just turning to our guests first, without shouting out the answers, I'm sure you got all 5 of them. There was a pause there, maybe not. If it's 1 point for the artist and 1 point for the song, so potentially 10 points, as a team effort, how many points are you going to be giving yourselves at this early stage?
8, maybe? Probably a strong 7.
Strong 7?
Yeah, that being strong.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, what about you, Stu? You add into that, or because Stu she doesn't know the answers either.
No, it's the first time I've heard them. I've got 3.
3. Well,
Out of 10.
Well, hang on. 3 and 7. Well, it's 10 then. Team effort. Okay.
I would imagine it's the same.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, never mind. Anyway, we will come back to those. Repeat them a little bit later on, and then we'll come up with some clues during the second half as well, if you need them. Well, then maybe at the sounds of it, you might not need them. Having said that, I don't know what you know, do I? I'm rambling. Anyway.
I don't know if they're right.
No, that's right. Yeah, okay. So we're going to welcome here to Ben, James, Jack, and Joe, who are Go Moriarty, who are a Highworth-based band, but not in Highworth anymore. Basically, are you guys?
We grew up around Highworth. We played a lot of gigs in Highworth and surrounding areas, a few in Swindon. We come back to Highworth now as a sort of a place that we all call home. Every once in a while we'll play a gig. We've got one coming up in April at the Goldfinger.
30th of April.
30th of April. Come down anyway, it's the place to be. It's the only place to be. Go Moriarty show in Highworth.
Highworth, it's the centre of the universe, isn't it? I know that. I know that. So tell us a bit about that. How long have you actually been together then, guys?
Well, let's think. I think we got together as a band when we were in, year 8 at secondary school, so that's 12, 13, and we're now
be about
26 or so. So about 13, 14 years, we're all at school together. That's how we sort of all know each other.
That's a long time for a band then, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that really is a long time. I'm quite surprised at that, actually, because generally, bands, 2 or 3 years, if they haven't things haven't really happened, then they sort of, forget that. Move on, but you're sticking with it then, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, luckily the money didn't pull us apart or anything.
You all go off to your individual millionaire pads, but at the end of the day, you still come back to Highworth,
Exactly.
That's how it works. All right. Yeah, I like to stick together. Okay, all right. So, what musically is your musical background then? What were you listening to that brought you to where you are now?
We were quite unusual, I think, for our age. At that time, we loved American punk bands like Green Day and Blink-182, and that wasn't very cool at the time. Which is probably why we ended up playing music together, because we were the only ones who we could share that love of stupid punk pop with. So that's what we started writing, and we sort of took it from there to add put our own twists on it, and I think we've built our own sound. But it started off with thrashy guitars and lyrics about naughty things.
Naughty things?
Yeah.
Are they naughty things we can make reference to on air?
No.
Or do you have to put a beep in there?
Yeah, exactly. Just silly teenage things.
Right, okay.
Like not finishing your homework and that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Bad
boy stuff.
Yeah. Do you do your homework now, though?
No.
You
No.
don't? You haven't learned. You haven't grown out. No. Okay. So how would you say you've progressed from that? I mean, how do you describe all right, $1 million question. How does a band describe its sound now? Could you encapsulate that in any way?
Oh, we draw influences from everywhere, really. A bit of ska in there. It's still with a sort of punk root, but I guess soft rock as well. And it's like you say, it's one of the hardest things to try and pin down your own sound. But we've recorded a few albums, so they're online to hear for anyone who wants to make up their own mind.
Well, I was going to say, you've how many albums you've got? What have you actually got out there that people can get hold of?
It's 4, yeah.
There's 4.
There's two of those 4 available online, I think.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, a couple that sank into the murky waters of time. And
while we were finding our way.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all on iTunes and on our Bandcamp, on our Facebook page. You can find certainly the most recent 2, which still exist above the murky waters of nothing.
There's a lot of murky waters in the music business now, isn't there? As you see, we're in the music business. It's very murky here, isn't it? It's a lovely place. How about, tell you what, guys, you're all ready. You're all set up with your kit there.
Yeah.
So you're going to give us your first song for today, then. Yeah. What are we going to have from you now, then?
A song from our most recent album, and it's called The Legend of Johnny Bones.
Man himself.
Over to you then, guys, when you're ready.
Keep our eyes wide and pray that luck
made of stones. Resist the words but limited by some years of abuse. Still he wrote us something that he hoped that we could use in accordance with the scriptures. And Johnny Bones did right. He could be safe, be honest, and everything will be alright. So we hit the road with Johnny's blessing. We did go heading to the border, the south and west of Mexico. And in the south we'll roll our windows down to save us from the heat in every one of us town. We'll put on shades and keep our eyes wide and pray that luck and fate is on our side. Oh,
Lovely stuff, lovely. Excellent.
Very nice.
Good,
very nice.
good. What was that song called again? Just remind people.
The Legend of Johnny Bones.
Johnny Bones, wonderful stuff.
Wonderful. Well, now it's time in the show for this week's mystery voice.
Unfortunately, I've lost the mystery voice
The
jingle.
We've got loads of jingles now.
Yeah, I didn't load it.
You've
So
lost all
we
of
can
them.
ask these guys to instantly give us a jingle. What we need is something like you're listening to the mystery voice, and I'm giving you 5 seconds to think of it now. Or you can all just do it together. You're listening to the mystery voice.
I'll give you a Jesus 2 chord. You sing.
Did you hear that?
You're listening to the mystery voice.
I knew nothing about the story, and I've never met anyone else who knew anything about the story, apart from the people who were involved.
It's nice to be put on the spot, really, isn't it? We like to do that. We didn't tell you anything about that.
Bring it on.
So that was this week's mystery voice.
In fact, did you want to? You probably weren't listening. Do you want to play that again? Because you guys probably weren't listening to that. That's all weird. You're all wrapped up in your new creation, there, really, weren't you? You're thinking, wow, we actually cracked that. We wrote a whole song in 3 seconds, didn't we? That's what you're thinking. I tell you, here we go. All right. Without the jingle now, here's this week's mystery voice.
I knew nothing about the story, and I've never met anyone else who knew anything about the story, apart from the people who were involved.
So there you have it. So go Moriarty does that voice again. Don't shout out if you think you know who it is, but does that sound familiar?
I think we got 0 points on
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Nil point.
Yeah, that's a new.
It's a man.
Oh, wow, that's it.
Oh,
That's
that rounds
excellent.
it down by about
half a
half.
point.
Yeah.
That's all.
Joe goes to the top of the class there, doesn't he, really? What he's doing, he's preparing himself for what's to come later, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because he's the voice of the band, isn't he?
Yeah.
I've been nominated.
For the 60-second challenge later on, yeah.
So that's to look forward to. Now, you'd spoke a little bit before you sang there about your albums that are out. It's been quite a while since you produced an album, isn't it? Is it 2011, your last one?
2000, was that when we released the album? Is that what it would have been when it came out?
Yeah.
And it was, and actually we probably spent a couple of years making that album as well. We did it all by ourselves, and spent a long time sort of honing and tweaking and writing and stuff like that. But yeah, it has been a while. But it's still out there and available. And nowadays we all the proceeds from that album are going to a charity called Diabetes UK.
Yeah, so you did a gig for Diabetes UK, didn't you, quite recently?
We did a lovely gig at a session called the Living with Diabetes project in Swindon, with a great guy called Mark Frucci. Mark Frucci is a great session, and it's for people to sort of help people who have diabetes, help them cope with it and take their situation seriously, and because it's a very treatable and there's lots of things you can do to help if you know with the condition.
Mm.
But if you ignore it, then that's when things can get bad, can get tricky. So it was a really interesting thing for us. You know, none of us have the condition, but Jack's brother does. So we're quite close with you know to the condition, and it was great to sort of to see that side of things.
There's a personal connection in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to sort of help out in some way with our music, something that we understand and we know.
Wonderful,
to be able
wonderful.
to, yeah, help that
So
way.
any plans for a new album, or are you focusing more on gigging at the moment?
We do a gig. We come and we do a gig every once in a while. No plans for any sort of big scale recordings. We did put out a couple of covers more recently than 2011. So we have been keeping things ticking over. One of which we'll play for you a bit later on, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, no, at the moment, no plans for any big scale recording projects. No.
But you say you do have the gigs coming up at least in April.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
We try and do a couple a year just to just to keep our hands in.
Yeah.
Remember what we're doing, but it's nice to.
Is this because you're also like in a disparate sort of? You're not all together now, really, are you?
Yeah,
Is it
that's right.
make it more difficult for you to do things? You said
The logistics are quite tricky, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's great because every gig that we do kind of feels like a reunion gig.
I was just like the final reunion gig yet again.
That's how you make the money.
The artistic integrity goes out the window now, doesn't it? It's all about the money now, isn't
One
it?
night only.
Until the next one night only. Is how it works? Yeah. But when you are writing, presumably that's not something you totally forgive. How does that work as within your group? I mean, was there a lyricist? Is there a musician? Do you all come together? Do you all write? I'll write that verse, and here's it. Let me give you this. It's an old one I can slot in there, or how's that all work?
It's always been a really collaborative thing with the four of us all getting involved. Different songs come together in different ways. A lot of them I'll write the lyrics and a rough skeleton for a song, and then we bring it into band practice. And one of the most exciting things for me as a musician would be taking a song that I'd kind of had bare bones for and just hearing it come together in a band practice. It's just one of the best feelings in the world. But and other songs like on the last album, Jack wrote pretty much an entire song himself. And everyone sort of had songs where they've started ideas and then brought them together, but every song has been a collaborative process, which is really fun.
So you're not going to be suing each other in 10 years' time. Say, hang on a minute, I wrote that little line there, so I want my share, please. Also you've got good lawyers, have you?
Yeah, take care of that. Yeah. We haven't had a lot of work to do so far.
Oh, right, okay. Well, you never know how it works. You still got all your kit there with you, so how about give us another song? Is that geared up for that? Can you do that one for us? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Do another original.
Yeah.
Original cover. Should we do a bit of Late Train?
Late Train. Yeah.
It's a bit of a chill number.
Yeah. This one lends itself a bit more to the chilled out vibe. So yeah. Late Train.
Over to you guys. Yes.
Late train, the air is pretty. Breathe the smells of this great city. It's cooled down, it's later than you think. And we're walking on the streets just to find a drain. And I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know. 6 feet, we're tired and dirty. We're sitting in the station at 11:30. Rail strike. Not today, the train can't take us all the way. And I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. It's okay to be afraid, but know that nothing's gonna hurt us. But it's so hard. being nervous. Yes, I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. It's okay to be afraid. Know that nothing's gonna hurt us. It's so hard to think you got the answers, but it's so. You know there's nothing wrong. Wake up, breakfast early. The next train takes us on our journey. No seats, but we'll risk it. Anything to get us out of Munich. And I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. I know there's nothing wrong with being nervous. Yes, I know. Yes, I know.
Yes, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Very,
Thank you.
very nice. Now, when we have guests in the studio, we like to play just a fun little game called the 60-second challenge. Now, who's going to volunteer for this?
Joe's going to volunteer for this.
Yeah.
Joe has been
I think I've been
volunteered
volunteered for this, yeah.
Voluntarily.
Wonderful.
Voluntarily volunteer. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. Yeah, okay.
Well, the way it works, Joe, you get the opportunity to talk for 60 seconds on a subject.
Hang on, the opportunity. He hasn't got a choice. Let's decide. He's sat in the corner. The door is locked.
So yes, you're going to be forced to talk for 60 seconds about the subject that Sean's going to provide in a moment.
Okay.
If you pause or hesitate, we stop the clock, you lose 2 points.
Okay.
If you repeat yourself, the same.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's the other one?
You go off in a different.
Oh, go off on a tangent.
Yeah, so deviate. Hesitate, pause, deviate. It's three things. We'll know. Don't worry about it.
So going off on a tangent.
You're just taking points off.
Repetition.
That's the one.
Yeah.
But don't worry about that because you'll just get told to stop.
Yeah.
As and when.
Okay.
Sean keeps the time on this, I keep the score. But if you keep talking past the 60 seconds, for every 5 seconds that you talk, for every complete 5 seconds, you gain 5 points.
Okay.
Now the highest score so far this year is 0 points. That was achieved last week.
Cracking
which is, so it's a real high scoring profile.
Okay.
Now, I can see how nervous you look. So
Oh,
just
yeah,
to calm you down, get you in the mood, we have a special bit of music just to put you in the right frame of mind.
Now you're in the spotlight. Are you beginning to sweat? Are you beginning to panic? All your friends will be listening. Can you take the pressure off? The 60-second challenge.
So for the honour of Go Moriarty Band, Joe, are you ready?
I am ready.
Wonderful. So your time will start.
I'm just thinking of the subject still. I'm just still thinking of the subject. That's how it
Oh,
works.
it's not fixed. Can I influence?
Can you influence? Yeah, it costs money.
Yeah.
Lots of money.
No.
You can send me one of the rights to one of your songs. Do I get lots of money for that, do I? Okay, anyway, your subject, Joe, for the honour of Highworth and Go Moriarty, the honour of two things. It's all going to be resting on your shoulders. You have to talk for 1 minute on the subject of my favourite drink, starting now.
Right, well, my favourite drink when I was growing up, it was always orange juice. I have a glass with my breakfast and then a glass with lunch, you know.
So, glass?
Yeah.
Repeat.
Oh, all right. No, okay.
Now you know.
Is that strict?
He's sitting up in his chair in a different way now. Isn't he? Look at him. He was all slouching a second ago, wasn't he? Thinking this is going to be easy. This is going to be easy.
Yes.
So continue. You've had 9 seconds there.
Okay.
You're doing all right.
Okay.
You're doing all right.
I'll watch out for that.
The only words you have to repeat are like ends and buts and ifs and tiny words, as long as there are not a lot of them.
Understood.
And the words in the subject matter. So continuing with your subject, starting now.
So that was in the past. Now, in the present, my favourite drink is indeed tea. Now, I like a mixture of the loose leaf and the tea bag.
Stop. Tea. You got tea.
Yeah, but it's a tea bag.
It's tea bag.
I'm going to question is tea bag
one word.
as
Okay.
opposed to tea.
Okay, all right. I bow to pressure. I bow to pressure. No.
I'm just desperate to get just 1 point.
You owe me a fiver now.
Thanks.
Good. Okay. Continuing with your subject, starting now.
Some people like to drink it from a bone china vessel, but my particular favourite is a large mug. Now, the greater the size, generally the better. I find that I like it with semi-skimmed milk and no sugar. That's very important. And some coffee shops will sell said beverage, but I find that indeed places that are named after the beverage.
Beverage.
Oh, it's
You were so desperate not to say tea, weren't you? You said, I'm not going to say tea, but I'll say beverage. Again. No.
Presumably you can repeat drink, because that's part of the title.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Well, that'll get me out of
you can say that absolutely. Unless you keep saying drink.
No, I'll try it.
You're up to 52 seconds.
Okay, so
you had a good session. That was a good one there.
Yeah.
So remember, once you get beyond the minute, not that you can see the clock, keep talking. For every full 5 seconds, we start to give you points back. Okay, so continuing with your subject, starting now.
Okay, so I find it works particularly well, this drink, in pretty much every circumstance that you may be feeling thirsty. For example, singing in a band. If I have a cup of this drink, then, helps my voice, soothing the throat. Indeed, in the morning, when you're feeling a bit groggy, helps you out, but not as bad as another very strongly caffeinated beverage. Oh, I said beverage.
Yeah, you were doing well. You got to 118.
Okay.
So that's 3 5s. That's how so we give you 15 points then. Actually, flipping heck.
Oh, nearly made it
Well, that was I'll leave you to sort that out.
I've tallied up the scores.
How did I do?
Well, you got 6 points.
Right.
Gained 15. You are on +9. That is by far and away our highest score to date. So well done.
We've definitely got to get a jingle for a cheer somewhere. We'll have to go and find one of those.
The honour of Highwood.
Post-dated. Yeah, well done. You're listening to Swindon Live and Local on Swindon 105.5. You can hear the studio here. We've got a noisy bunch. A very noisy bunch. This is Ben, James, Jack and Joe, who will go Moriarty. And Joe, for the honour of the group and for the honour of Highworth, has just got himself a massive 9 points. 9 points
there. I don't know. I think
that
now.
He's suddenly got into his stride, didn't he? Suddenly got into his stride. We're going to give you guys a bit of a break. We're going to play a track here. This is Limelight by Gaz Brookfield, who's going to play the Vic this Thursday. And I think it'll be a noisy gig, this one.
Lots of different stages with musicians of all ages. I'm a footnote on the pages of their touring history, and if they don't remember seeing or recall me even being on the poster, well, that's no surprise to me. And I wouldn't even blame them, and it's no good cause to hate them. I'm not crass enough to name them here today, but sometimes I often wonder if the shoe was on the other foot, would I have just behaved in the same way? I'm always one step left of limelight, tapping my foot on the sideline, loitering in small print at the bottom of the bill. Always support, not supported, get ignored and not applauded. I get drunk but can't afford it, so I will just carry on. I'm a man with just one choice, one old guitar, one croaky voice. I used to make a lot of noise night after night, and the people that I play with give me strength enough to stay with the idea I won't give up without a fight. See, I've rubbed shoulders with the best, top of their game above the rest, and it's inspired me to invest all of my life in the pursuit of something higher. But I've yet to set the world on fire, and I'm well aware I'm running out of time. I'm always one step left of limelight, tapping my foot on the sideline, loitering in small print at the bottom of the bill. Always support, not supported, get ignored and not applauded. I get drunk but can't afford it, so I will. Oh yes, I will. Just carry on. Oh yes, I will. Just carry on. I've always harboured hope that I would one day play a show where I could be in the right place at the right time. But I know that's unrealistic, chances are I fucking missed it. Disappointingly consistent is my life. See, I've played a lot of places and I've met some famous faces, really put me through my paces on the stage. But deep down I've always known they'll never take me on the road, so I've learned not to raise my hopes, just raise my game. I'm always one step left of the limelight, tapping my foot on the sideline, loitering in small print at the bottom of the bill. Always support, not supported, get ignored and not applauded. I get drunk but can't afford it, so I will. Oh yes, I will. Just carry on.
This is Swindon Live and Local with Sean and Stu, analog presenters in a digital world.
So there we are, that was Limelight from Gaz Brookfield, who's playing the Vic on Thursday, along with Nick Parker, George Wilding and Ben Wayne. Now it's time in the show to hear again this week's music medley montage.
What were you claiming for this medley? You claiming
7.
Seven,
Yeah.
Excellent. Wow. I don't think I'm going to need clues second half, are we? We'll try because
I do.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Anyway, this is this week's medley. Have a listen to this lot. See how you're doing with this.
This week's music medley again. So go Moriarty. Did that help hearing it again? Have you
I think so, yeah.
from 7?
If anything, I'm more confused than I was.
Yeah, we might have downgraded to a 6.
That does happen. It can especially happen after Sean's clues.
I put a lot of effort into everything, as you can see when we do the 6-second challenge. A lot of deep thought goes into
I know.
thinking.
Bless you. So we're going to hear another track now. This one from 3 Minute Teas, and this is Coffee That Makes the Man Go Mad.
It's the coffee that makes the man go mad, not the marijuana, not the marijuana, no. The coffee that makes the man go mad, not the magic mushroom. or the Book of Mormon. Oh, high, a mockingbird up a tree. Earthworm and stereo mocking me. I'd like to kiss you abnormally. It's the coffee that makes the man go mad, not the marijuana, nor the married woman. No, the coffee that makes the man go mad, not the magic mushroom or the Book of Mormon. Oh, what does the universe want from me? I am the captain of industry. You are the unicorn, can't you see?
Makes the Man Go Mad, and that was by 3 Minute Teas, featuring Anton Barbeau. Currently in Sacramento, gigging away happily way over that way, getting better weather than we, I guess, of course, isn't he? But hopefully we could be back at the Beehive probably later on in the not too distant future. But if you do want to see him, and you are listening to this, because this is on everywhere around the world, you can go and see him on the 27th of Feb at the Fox and Goose in Sacramento. It doesn't sound right, really, does it? The Fox and Goose Sacramento. Doesn't quite fit in, really, does it? You've got this image of something, but
it's a very British name.
Well, it is, because I did a bit of research, and in fact, the Fox and Goose is owned by somebody who likes their pub, the Fox and Goose, at Hebburn Bridge in Yorkshire. So we took it over there, And the inside, I saw the photographs, looks like a pub like the Fox and Goose. The outside looks like a warehouse. You know, you think, yeah, all right, okay. Well, they're sort of getting away with it, really, aren't they? Sort of getting away with it. Anyway, we're going to give you another chance to listen to this week's. Maybe we've done that. No, it's this week's mystery voice. Should we give a clue? Did you need a clue? Should we say he's a male? We've got that bit, haven't we? Because we were spot on with our chap over here, Joe, aren't we? Yeah, spot on. He's an actor. Does that help? He's an actor.
Yeah.
Has played a zombie. There was only a zombie for a couple of minutes, I think. I think I'm giving too much. No, maybe I'm not. Anyway, have a listen to this. This week's mystery voice.
I knew nothing about the story, and I've never met anyone else who knew anything about the story, apart from the people who were involved.
Anybody? Anything extra? Anybody get any closer with this one? No, maybe not.
I think the clues have probably made it even harder.
Oh, right, okay. All right, well, stick around, as you are doing, and we'll give some more clues and make it even harder. More than harder than it is. This is Mad Dog McRae. I love the name of that, Mad Dog McRae. It's a great name for a band, isn't it? They're coming up the 18th of March, and they're playing the Vic. This is at Devonside.
So many will tell you they had no control when they cashed in their senses and fell down the hole. You'll hear them all touting their innocent role. Someone else is always to blame, it seems. But I'll tell you straight, this mess that I'm in is a mess I created through decades of sin. I've tried to make good as it's just paper thin, and I've torn it up again and again, son. But if I take to the river with you, well, I've only got myself to blame. There's too many travel the same way with you and live to rue the day. Now I am a natural gambler, but you'll have us racing the tide to catch the one that got away on the Devon side. As folk climb aboard with their tackle and whiskey and beer getting stored, with a boy and a babe sat on top of the horde, they called but I hesitated, son. To be out on that boat or to be left on the pier, big fish in the river and just goodies here. I'm trying to fight this irrational fear that you lead me astray again, son. But if I take to the river with you, well, I've only got myself to blame. There's too many travel the same way with you and live to rue the day. Now I am a natural gambler, but you'll have us racing the tide to catch the one that got away on the Devon side. But if I take to the river with you, away up to Cowstock we'll glide, with your boy and your babe and I'm safe in the bow. We'll take off like a tipsy bride, with a shimmering tame on the dance floor, leaping bass on every side. We'll catch the one that got away. But if I take to the river with you, well, I've only got myself to blame. There's too many travel the same way with you and live to rue the day. Now I am a natural gambler, but you'll have us racing the tide to catch the one that got away on the Devon side.
A lot of energy in that one, wasn't it? That was Mad Dog McRae, and it was the Devon side, and they're going to be coming to play the Vic on the 18th of March, well, here in town, top end of town here. They're going to be playing with a new local band called South of the Shire, who I understand actually haven't produced any music yet. But they've assured me they have, and when they do, they're going to send it to us. So we definitely will be looking forward to that. Coming up in the second part of the show, we've got, we've still got this noisy rabble with us here. Still got Bill Moriarty. There's another shout. You're still here, aren't you? Yeah, of course you are. Of course you are. And we've got some interviews here with so another one to do with the Passion Play, and the Shudders talking about their new album. Here we go into the news now with a bit of the Shadows and FBI.
I once saw at the NEC, Shawadi.
Get out of the room. Get out of the room. How dare you? How dare you?